Hi everyone, and welcome in my next video. Today, on the bench, I have something new. I never done this before. It is Miyota 8285 movement. So this time, it will be a date mode. As you can see, all the parts are laid out, including movement and the hands and the case and the bracelet. And now it's time for the dial. It is a bit special. A beautiful sunburst with crystal hour markers. So let's get started. As always, we'll start with the movement itself to take it out from the box and put the dial on. In this case, the dial is already prepared. It came like this in the box. So the dial feet are exactly where they should be. I don't have to remove any. So as you will see here, it's just a matter to snap it on to the plastic ring that holds the movement itself. As always, it's good to be gentle, to do not squeeze anything unnecessary. But other than that, it's very easy. And now, when the dial is on, I'd like to just set the time on the movement to the midnight. And that way I know where to place the hands, so the date change will be exactly at midnight. In case of this movement, you have to pull out the crown to the second position, and then you can adjust the time by turning it anti-clockwise. And after a while I can see the date wheel start to turn a bit, and then I'm doing it very slowly to just catch the right moment. And there we have it. And now, as I know that the movement is set to midnight, I'm actually doing a bit opposite than you saw there. I'm actually leaving the crown out, because the movement is having a hacking second, so it's stopped now. So I can put the hands exactly at midnight without thinking about it too much. And here I'm back to using my AliExpress cheap hand press. It has been doing quite well, but I have to say it's cheap. So I hope one day to get a proper hand press. Here you can also see I'm using Rodico. It's a special type of watchmaker's clay. It's used for many purposes, from cleaning to holding things and picking up things. And in this case, it helps me to hold the hand in place. Few small tweaks to just align everything well, and then I can press down the hand. And there we have it. It's sitting properly. I will now check quickly if it rotates freely, if there is no problems with it, and if the date changes exactly where I want. And there it goes. Exactly there. It's a bit past midnight, I think, but I will install the minute hand and we'll see. And I'm repeating the procedure, holding the hand with the Rodico and pressing it down with the press. And now, when both hands are in place, we can see exactly where or at what time the date will change. You can also see here that the day of the week is changing a bit after the date, like 3 hours or something. But here we go. We are now afternoon. And let's see how it will line up everything. And there it goes. Approximately 1 minute after midnight. Now we moved under the microscope and the seconds hand. It was a bit tough to get it on. It didn't really want to stay there. But after a few tries, it was properly mounted. And after pressing the crown in, it goes. Now it's time to clean actually the dial, because it was a bit dirty, a bit dusty, some like fingerprints maybe on the crystals. So then I'm using actually Rodico to clean it. It takes off all the smudges and all the oily prints and dust, so it is leaving the surface spotless. I have to say it took me a moment or two to clean this dial. It's very easy to spot any dust particle on it, so I don't want to keep you here, but it took me a few minutes. So now when everything is clean, it's time for the case. As always, I will use my blue ball to open the case and then clean it inside. In the case, you can see the special plastic movement holder. That's a good idea to take it out to do not destroy it. And now we can blow it with some air and then clean it with some special rug. So now the case is ready to accept the movement. We have to remove the crown from it, and in this case it's quite easy. There is a special pin that you have to press down with some small or screwdriver on, or a pin like I'm using now, and then with other finger you have to pull it out. Of course, I'm trying to be super careful to do not destroy anything on the dial side, so the hands or the dial itself. So now everything is prepared, and let's try to put the movement inside the case. You can see here, my problem was that the rotor was resting against the pad, and then the whole movement was rotating around. But the second try was good, and then I got everything straight. Now let's take care about the crown and stem. We have to adjust the stem length, which means first I will put the crown onto the stem, put it into the movement, Then measure the length of the leftover stem and then cut it. So first let's put the crown onto the new stem. Here you can see it. It's quite small things, but definitely possible. And now that assembly has to go into the movement, and we have to make sure that it sits properly inside. And there it is. Now I can put the movement holder just to make sure that the movement is sitting in the center of the case, so I will not cut the stem too short or too long. Now let's use the caliper to measure the length of the stem that we have to cut off. It's good practice to press down the crown to see the right length. And now when we know the length of the stem that has to be removed, let's remove the stem out from the movement, take off the crown, and then cut it. Of course, here you will also see that I'm marking the stem before I'm cutting. And now, when the stem is cut, it's time for another tool that I got lately. It's a pin vise. So you basically put a pin inside it and clamp it down so it won't move. And now I can use my Leatherman diamond file to just file it down a bit so it will screw, the crown will screw on easier. And there we have it. It's just a matter of putting it into the movement again. And then we can screw that down. Now it's the fun part, to check how the movement is performing. We'll use a Timegrapher for it. It's a quite simple device. It's just a microphone that listens to the beat of the movement and calculates the rate of it. We can see the movement is going a bit too fast and we need to adjust it. Adjusting is fairly easy, but you have to do a very tiny movements. So after those tiny movements we went down to plus 12 seconds per day. And now you will see if I move it from other side, it will again go too fast. So now we have approximately 15 seconds per day, fast, good amplitude, acceptable beat error. But let's see if we move it so we can see actually the movement of the regulator pin. And immediately we can see that the graph is going very rapidly up. So let's regulate it back. Just a tiny little push. And now we'll see that the line on the Timegrapher is very flat. Let's see. Yes. At first it shows a bit strange numbers, but after a moment it calculates everything properly, and we can see it's going minus 3 seconds per day. And that is totally acceptable for us. So now when we are done with regulation, it's time to close the case and put the bracelet on. As always, the blue ball is my friend and it works flawlessly. The bracelet is very easy. It has the spring bars, so it's just a matter to put it in place. It's always good to check under magnification if the spring bar is sitting correctly into that hole that should be holding it. Because it can happen that it will just hold the bracelet by the friction of the spring, and then at some point it will just get loose. And now the bracelet is on. One more thing I noticed actually was the glue residue around the Cyclop. It was quite easy to fix. It was just isopropyl alcohol and a swab and cleaning around. You can see it took like 2 or 3 cleaning cycles to get rid of everything. But in the end it looks really good. And that also shows the quality control for $50 case isn't existing basically. And here we have it. 40mm case on my quite big wrist. Looks really good. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and as always, if you did, please leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like that. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one.